course, when you come from the hospital, they make everything twice a day. For some reason, because they're not easy there and not so easy out here. So it looks like everything's twice a day.
And the Soleta is once a day.
The citalopram is once in the morning. So that one wouldn't be so much of a problem, although most people do take it in the morning. Who's your case manager?
JJ, I don't know how to pronounce her name.
Janicia?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll talk to somebody. Maybe they can work out something that you can grab them in the morning early before I'm here. Someone might be able to do that, but...
Well, you guys don't open till 8. I have to catch a bus from Capitol Hill.
Oh, okay, so you can't get here in time is what... Yeah, okay. When does that start?
I haven't gotten the confirmation it'll be starting next week and be for 3 weeks.
Okay. Let me figure out what we can do to make it work. I know they've set you up for daily meds, and so I want to make sure we stick with the program as you do. And because it's bottles, it's difficult to just take stuff with you too. I don't know how you're doing your afternoon meds.
Mary gave
you have
me...
a little container for them?
Yeah, Mary gave me this little container.
Okay. I'm wondering what...
And she put meds in there last night.
Right, so those were your night meds. Okay. Well, we can go ahead and do today's. I mean, you can grab today's out and take the morning dose.
So today's Thursday?
Thursday, yeah, you can do that. Those are tough, aren't they?
Yeah.
Wow. I'll hold it for a minute. We will. If you want to dump it out, that sometimes is easier too. And then I guess each time you take them, she said you were going to fill it up. Is that...
Okay.
All right.
She didn't tell me that, but...
All right, whatever. That's what she said. She did, so...
Do you know if this new sound stuff has a patient portal?
A patient portal?
Yeah,
I don't, actually. We're still so new into it, we haven't even figured out how to get all our stuff working yet. So, to be honest with you.
So that's the one thing I missed from Harborview is being able to access the narratives.
Okay. Probably they do. They seem to be pretty into having access with computers, so I'm guessing they probably do have something. It's just a matter of us figuring out what that's going to be. Got them all? All right, great. And then Thursdays go into here. So that would start up Monday of next week if you get it. Okay. Of course, I'm not here tomorrow to figure it out, so... And we got to figure out what we do about weekends as well. Just one little container's not going to do it. Oh, I hate bottles. I'm sorry. It's not your fault. It's just it's very difficult to have it set up so people, when I'm not here, do it right. And you know what you need to take, so that's going to help because you can say, hey, wait, no, that's not right. What it's going to mean is I'll probably have to set things up in envelopes or something for the weekend, but I'll have it labeled and
what I was doing before medication monitoring got started is I was video recording me taking my meds, and then that went to my mentor who is a nurse. At some point I'm going to ask my attorney if they can switch to some sort of like telehealth med taking, because I'm missing an open house thing because I had to come here.
Okay.
So we'll see what they say.
All right.
And I think they said they just wanted it for like 6 months anyway, so.
Okay. Eventually we'll have bubble packs.
Right.
And that's going to make it much easier because we can just cut those off no matter whatever days you need, and so that makes it easier.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm thinking we can do, and it doesn't mean that you'll be able to take them here. That's the only problem, is you could take the mornings with you, the night, the afternoon you come in. But so you can take them the next
Yeah.
morning. But I don't know. The others are going to be, I don't know whether you want to take those. Does anything make you sleepy?
No.
Probably not, because you're
No.
taking them, all the time. So I'll check with Mary and find out what we can do about that.
Yeah.
And then have something set up for.
And then just let probation know.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Just
Thanks.
work it out for you. And it's good to see you again, by the way.
Good to see you too. Yeah, I'm glad to be
How are
out.
you doing?
Well, I mean, so had a bad day Tuesday of last week. I was doing everything on my crisis plan, but I was just like really stressed out. And I'm being really proactive in managing my stuff and getting records from one person to the next and stuff. But I was at my parents'. My mom was trying to get me to cook or learn to cook. I'm like, no way, I'm just not up to it right now.
Yeah.
She kept after me. I barely ate anything for dinner. I left, took the dog. I was talking to people on Twitter that I know, and I was just like really suicidal. So called 911. They did an involuntary detention. Harborview didn't do anything. I filed a complaint about Harborview. But then the prosecutor was all upset about it because the way they've written it on the crisis plan is I'm supposed to go to Harborview as step number 3 and step number 4 is call 911. But I'm trying to get that changed because a lot of times Harborview psych ER is full,
Right.
and if you're suicide, you get tied up for 10 hours.
Right.
So I think it's more appropriate to. The other thing too is they're concerned about things like weapons. Well, then have the police come out and so she also tried to get a complete ban on talking to SPD unless reporting a crime, which the judge didn't go for. So it's been I'm just glad there's attorneys and judges.
Yeah. I mean, they're there to help out.
Yeah.
But and I hope since then that you've been feeling better.
Oh
so
yeah, I've
that-
been doing much better.
Okay, that's good.
I had psycho night last night. I got out with this girl 3 times in a row. It was going great, and then just as I was leaving, she was like, "Oh, I hope it doesn't bother you, but I just want to be friends." I was so pissed.
Oh.
I even tried to call the crisis line, but they were on hold, so I just took a long shower.
Yeah.
What I did is I took out the dog and I was just trying to meet every single person in the park. I didn't meet any girls, but I did meet girls, but no available girls.
Yeah.
But I did meet new friends that I exchanged numbers with and stuff.
Oh,
So,
good. So that did
and then I
work.
went to sleep, and I'm
Yeah.
doing better today. So.
Well, that happens to all of us.
Yeah.
I remember it too. I mean, it's like it's just what happens. I have to say, at least she told you kind of early on that,
Yeah,
I just
'cause
want to,
the
and it didn't
last
go
one-
on for,
The last one was like 5 years before we figured out it
Exactly.
wasn't.
I mean, so at least it's sort of early enough
Yeah.
that you're not too committed into anything.
Yeah.
And so at least it's that. But, it's hard. That's hard. No matter what end you're on, it's
Yeah.
hard to say that to someone.
Yeah.
That I don't think it's going to work. As well as it is to receive that message. I mean, it's a tough thing.
Yeah.
Dating is hard.
Oh
There's
yeah,
no way
it is.
around it.
Well, and the other
It's an
thing is,
emotional
I'm no
roller
longer
coaster.
doing online dating. I'm just like, I'm
Oh,
done with that.
Yeah.
I think the feedback loop is faster in person, because
I agree.
I was messaging somebody for for like a week before they asked me, "Oh, do you have a job or whatnot?" And it's like, well, we would have
You
done
would
that.
have already gone
yeah.
there, yeah. It's true. I mean, we're just talking to someone, and you get a sense too of how they're looking at you and stuff. You get all that stuff that you don't really get online.
Yeah.
So, it's probably a healthier way to do it. Really, I think people do the other just because it's hard to meet people.
Yeah, it is. It is very hard.
I mean, the best way is doing something you enjoy doing, and
Yeah.
they do too, and,
Yeah.
and then you meet somebody.
Well, the one thing I liked is we were gonna go to the movies, but we ended up taking the Todd to the dog park. So I'm training the dog to be a service dog.
Oh,
Mary
okay.
says that it has to be professionally trained. Everything online says that it can be self-trained, and I got a book on
It has to
self-trained.
get certified. It's
Well,
a
no.
service dog.
Well, no, actually, online says that there is no certification requirement.
Well, like the dogs that do for the seeing eye dogs and everything.
No, Silverstad. So the requirements is the only requirement is that it have two functions. That the person has to have a disability. So
Right,
intermittent
right. Yeah,
explosive
no.
disorder doesn't count. It has to be trained on two things. So what I'm training it to do is crisis management. So if I start yelling at somebody, it'll push me away from the person, and then also it'll have my crisis cards on it, and would go to somebody and bring them to me. So I'll send you guys all the information.
I mean, I've seen that. It's very blurry in this state. They've not been really good about making it clear. And
I
this
thought it was
caused-
a federal law, ADA.
It's different in every state, I think, because I know our state uses words very interchangeably.
I'll
It's
look it
not.
up.
But you know, whatever legally is,
Yeah.
go. I mean, you know, if you're doing things legally, I wouldn't worry about
Yeah.
it. Yeah, you do whatever you're doing.
All right.
As long as they're trained, that's really
Yeah.
the thing. So,
All right. See
well,
ya.
good to see you again. You take care of yourself, all right?
Yeah.
Keep yourself safe.
We'll